Welcome to this week's video. I'm going to try and create a solution to the problem I had last week of cold legs while sitting and working at the dinette. I think that my solution is going to be a lap blanket. At Christmas, my Secret Santa gave me these 2 balls of tube yarn for arm knitting. I've never done arm knitting before, but I'm going to have a go and see how I do. Well, welcome to this week's video. Now, this isn't a tutorial on how to do arm knitting. This is going to be a video of me arm knitting and seeing if I can create a blanket out of this. I'm hoping it will be nice and warm. So I've been following a video to work out how to do this. It says to measure out the braid, which is this, by going in arm's length or width. Whoops. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get a big enough blanket out of this. 4, let's measure that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll try with that and see what happens. So I've made a knot, measuring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm going to go 7. So now I have to make a loop. So I hold it like then twist it, go through and twist. Then that goes on my arm. So this is my tail, this is my main yarn. So I go in, over, through, twist and on. So it's in, over, through, twist and on. And slide it on my arm a bit more. Okay, in, over, underneath there, grab the tail on. I've got 4 on there now, slide it on my arm, under, pull through, twist and on. Beginning to look like a knitting needle now, isn't it, with my stitches underneath there. In, over, under, through, twist, keeping my tail yarn away from me the whole time. In, over, Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. This is the second tutorial that I've been watching to show me what to do, but I think because of the camera angle, it's working. I'll link the link to this vlogger in my description so that if you want to do arm knitting, you can do. But so far this is it's working pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need a bit more than 9 though. I should have taken my jumper off because you need bare arms for this. Okay, 9 I think I had. Through, over, through. My tail is, don't seem to be getting that much tail diminishing. That is the tail, that's it. That's 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Tail is furthest from me still. Through, up, over. In the middle, up through the loop, pull one through, twist it, put it on the arm. I think it's working. It looks like arm knitting, but it's whether or not I can do a second row after this and whether I've got enough yarn to finish the project as well. Oh, it's getting less, so I'm obviously doing it right because that's the bit that should actually be getting less. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think it's 16 I'm supposed to be having. 15, that means one more. 16. And I've got a tail, but it's not so long as it was when I first did this. This is my second attempt at doing this. The first one I had too much tail left, and I don't have an awful lot of yarn. So let's see how this goes now. I'm doing arm knitting. It seems to be working. If I can get them all on my arm, that is. Haven't got much of this ball of yarn left though, so I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see. Slide it down my arm again. But I've almost used up this ball of yarn, so I don't know that I'm going to get big blanket or even a lap blanket out of it, but we'll see. I've been following this video and I've got a couple of rows and I've used up this. So I don't think that the 2 balls of yarn that I've got are going to actually be enough for this length. I don't think I'm going to have enough yarn to finish this, but we'll keep going and see how it goes. I think I may well be having a couple of attempts at this because it doesn't feel as if it's going to do what I need it to do. How much do I have? Oh, I may have enough for another row. As you can see, it is quite quick once you get the hang of it. And I've used up my 2 balls of yarn. I may just need to order some more, I think, and see if I can finish it. I certainly think it will keep my legs warm. Well, 2 balls didn't do a lot. Okay, so I have come to the end of my yarn. This is what it looks like on the front. I think I may have twisted my stitches in the wrong way at one point. I've got my plain and my pearls a little bit mixed up, so because it doesn't take so long to do, I think I'm going to unpick this and start again. So bear with me while I have another go, and I'll show you the finished lap blanket when I've done it. Right, there it is. Okay, so this is my 3rd attempt at doing this arm knitting. My first one, I couldn't follow the video because the vlogger was showing it to me front on and I needed to see it from my side. The second vlogger I found does it from the way I need to see it, as if the camera was here and this is what she's showing me, which is great. I think I know what I'm doing now, but I cast on too many stitches. I haven't got enough yarn to make a decent size blanket of the size that the vloggers were talking about. So I'm going to cast on, I think, 10 stitches. I did, I think, 16 stitches before. I'm going to do 10 stitches and literally make a blanket that is going to fit over my lap, a lap blanket. Let's see how I get on with this third attempt. So let's measure out my yarn. So I'm not going to do, I think I did 8 last time. I'm going to do only 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my tail. I'm leaving it there. My ball is no longer a ball. It is all the yarn. I've joined it together as well, so that's good. So now, tail away from me, hand goes through and twists. Then I go under and pull this loop through and put it on my wrist, my arm. I've got to keep my tail yarn away from me, and that is what I'm going to do. Is it away or nearest? Nearest to me. No, away from me. And then I've got to pull that through. Nope. No, that's it. Tail yarn away from me. I've got to put my fingers through, pull it up, go under, over and on. Tail yarn away. Through, over, under, pull it on, tail yarn away. That's 3. Okay, let's see if I can do this a bit more quickly. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, and I don't think I've got enough to do a 10th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I don't think I've got enough to do a 10th stitch, or do I? No, not really. It's very tight, I think, to do that last stitch. If I loosen off this end knot, I might have enough. Okay, so I've got 10 stitches on here. Okay, so there's my 10 stitches. If I can get that knot right to the very end, I might just about manage it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, let's see. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. Let's see if I can do the rest. Well, I think I'm getting a bit more length on it this time. Okay, let's see how we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've still got 10 stitches as well, which is good. I do like doing this. I just wish I knew I had enough yarn to make something of value. Or not value, but something that is going to answer the little problem of cold legs. Well, it looks like it's happening. Let's try the next bit. It does go quite quickly. That's not looking too shabby. I'll do something with these ends later on. Okay, so casting off. Do 1, you do 2, you put 1 over the other, and again you do 1, and then you cast off over the other, then you do 1 and cast off over the other, 1 and cast off. So I do know the principles of knitting, so that's really what I'm thinking about when I'm doing this. So hopefully I have done it right. And hopefully I've got enough here to do the last couple of stitches of casting off. May not have the last, whoops, well that's going to have to be it because I've run out of yarn. And there you have it. Well, I think it's pretty decent. I'll need to stretch it out a bit. I think I would need more yarn to make a decent sized blanket. But there we go. My first foray into arm knitting. So I would say this is more of a sample square than a blanket, but it is knitted without needles. It is quite weighty, and I think if I were working at the dinette, it would keep my legs warm. It goes down practically to my ankles, so I think I would class this as a success. I probably needed at least one more ball of yarn to make it that little bit longer. But I'm quite pleased with that. That's the wrong side, and that's the right side. There we go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video of my attempts at arm knitting with only 2 balls of yarn. A tip for you, if you're going to try this, order double that, and then I think you would get a decent sized blanket, and it should be very warm. This wool, this yarn, has got fibres inside a casing, an outer casing. So it's quite easy to knit with. If you were using like a mohair or something really chunky that's twisted fibres to make it thick, I think you might find that your fingers would go through it as you're pulling it through. But this is really easy to work with. So yeah, very pleased. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video, my attempts at arm knitting and creating something warm for me on the boat. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my subscribers. As always, I really do appreciate you subscribing and watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. So until next week and next week's video,